Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Nader. Some insurance companies that handle workers' compensation claims, such as Brick Street here in West Virginia, try to deny paying medical bills for some workers who are hurt on the job. What kind of laws do you think should be passed to help strengthen the rights of employees in regards to worker compensation claims?
Well, first of all, the expert witnesses they use are often very biased, and because they get repeat business from the insurance carrier, that has to be dealt with. The laws are weak. They have to be reformed. They have been weakened in state after state over the last 20 years by legislation, Texas being a perfect example. Workers' comp basically is no trial by jury, no court suit. It's all by an agency. So much for a hand, so much for a leg. It's called the chop shop. And these are all done very mechanically. And workers' comp was born 100 years ago in this country. They basically said, for no fault, we won't go to court. So you don't have to prove negligence if you're injured. We'll give you compensation. Well, the compensation is ridiculously small in many areas. Now, there is fraud in this area. Sometimes lawyers, doctors have these fraudulent things where they inflate claims and so on. So the insurance companies say, well, it's not us, it's these guys. You know, that's true to some extent. But the bottom line is the worker is not getting an adequate weekly compensation for some terrible injuries. There's a severe cap. And it's not tailored to the worker. It's just sort of automatic category. As they say, so much for an arm, so much for a leg. So at least what we can do is increase the amount that workers can get. It's often not keeping up with inflation, and have nonpartisan experts, not experts that have a repeat business that they're concerned about, and allow more workers to go to court and bypass the workers' comp system. We don't have enough court lawsuits in this country, except corporations suing corporations. It's all been a propaganda by the insurance companies. People sued each other and sued companies per capita far more in 1840, 1850 than they sue today. That's been documented by professors at University of Wisconsin Law School. We don't sue enough. That's the problem. Whenever anybody stands up and says, we're too litigious, and I say, okay, look around the audience. Here's an audience that is above average median income, the families. How many of you or your families, aside from divorce lawsuits, have ever filed a suit in a court of law? How many? So let me see the hands. Turn around, look. Does that look like a litigation exposing? I mean, this is a family for all the years. We don't use the courts enough because they're too expensive, they're too risky. Lawyers won't take cases unless you pay them so much per hour. In commercial cases and tort cases, they're on a contingent fee. So we really have to use the courts more. That's where justice is.